Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first annual Turkey Carcass 500. We are just outside of the little town of Dugas, Arizona, and we're going to take a little trip today, post-Thanksgiving. Well, as aforementioned, we're heading into Dugas. There is not a Walmart here. You could summarily call it a ghost town, but people still live here. It's a ranch family's little town, if you will. I believe there is a zip code associated with it. But the buildings you see here are the buildings that existed back in the 1800s, 1900s. There's some more modern buildings that the family lives in now. There's some creepy stories associated with that, but I've never heard anything firsthand. I think it's just a ranching family that's out here and just wants to be left to their own devices. Whoops. Almost rode right by it. What I just missed here, and we're attempting to crawl back to, is the Great Western Trail. This puppy goes from Mexico to Canada, crosses many of the western states. It uses some of the old transportation routes. Not really sure which ones, but it includes some Native American trails, some Mormon trails, you name it, stuff like Santa Fe Trail, but I'm not sure that that's part of it. I'm just saying as an example thereof. Thereto unto which we are traveling today. Yeah, we really want to focus on, well, aside from the travel, is keeping the bike upright and running, me in one piece. Keep the camera lens correctly rotated in a proper position to gainfully gain the best perspective aspect for YouTube viewage and not askew or asunder. And thirdly is to focus on the Great Western Trail and get from Dugas to Camp Verde. As stated earlier in one piece, we may have a little side trip to one of the local mountain tops here called Squaw Peak. It's a beautiful, what I call prairie land, mid-desert. Usually get to shake hands with several animals of the cheeseburger bovine variety, also known as cattle. It's a big grazing land up here. Shouldn't be anything too crazy technical from what I hope. Very big bike friendly. but expansive views for sure. I am experimenting with a new camera angle. The old camera angle I had on my crash bars would shut the camera off from vibration, which made for poor videography. So if you catch some alternate camera views, that would be from the new alternate camera location. Currently affixed, installed upon, bolted to the passenger peg carrier towards the rear of the machine. Wow. Just incredible, expansive, beautiful views. There's some neat canyons off to the side that I've explored with a dirt bike. While they are a little big bike friendly, they suck you in and become very anti-big bike. Look at that canyon right over there. One of the things that's hard to perceive is that it's hard videography wise to translate, and hard for your brain to process even in person is perspective here in the greater West, especially in Arizona and places like Moab, and just even today, the scale of the surrounding vista is just so immense and so much to take in. Even in person, it's hard to get scale on mountains and distances. I mean, it's an awesome place for folks to come, and you could pick about any place you want to in the western United States and not go wrong for your money. But traversing off into the weeds there, it's especially hard to bring to the small screen of your phone or your computer, or even the big screen in your living room. It's difficult to really show the scale of what's around. You get maybe 2% of how beautiful things are just by the use of a point of view camera. Is just the nature of the fish islands really degrades, pushes away the landscape. It's really, I mean, point of view cameras are really meant for focusing on riding or what is in front of you and giving you a greater view of the micro and not as great a view of the macro, while they do a pretty good job of it when you rewatch it for editing and rewatch it a finished product on YouTube. Being there in person and comparing that to what you see on the screen is somewhat disappointing for the person who was there, but hopefully does not disappoint the viewer, a first-time viewer. seeing that kind of, or this kind of landscape. Got a little confused there. That road just goes over to that tank over there. Yeah, I'm just one day removed from riding the WR on the broken Wishbone 250. I know I'm coming up with all these names and it's just kind of silly, but what the hell. Little post US Thanksgiving humor, if you will. I'm just happy to be blessed, thankful as the season goes, to be out to ride and enjoy some really nice late fall winter weather, early winter weather. And back downhill. Well, if I keep blathering on here, someone's going to start calling me a moto vlogger. Anywho, I think we're going to skip Squaw Peak or Squaw Mountain or whatever the heck it is. Save that for another action-packed adventure. I try to squeeze too much into some videos. Hopefully the scenery and viewage from the Great Western Trail in front of us is enough for you. This is a nice little section of it. It is, you are allowed to bring your vehicle. Some sections I read that are closed to vehicles, could be wrong on that. And there's some pretty rough sections too, like super duper 4-wheel drive only. This is one of my favorite sections of Arizona. Not that they're not all my favorite, but I do like the change in geography, topography, flora, fauna, you name it. Pretty decent little hill there. It's a pretty long ways to drag out a trailer like that. Ooh, great gobs of gopher turds. That stuff's loose. I-17, 6 miles to the left. Kept forgetting to stop for some Instagram moments. Always forget to stop and take a few pictures. I got a few. So we're going to take this opportunity after we air up. We're going to jump on the pavement and head up to Camp Verde. Top off with some fuel, maybe grab a little lunch when we're up there. I failed to do that a lot. Always pushing through. And in my own defense, a lot of times I'm not really by a place for lunch at lunch. Yeah, don't let the Turkey Carcass 500 fool you. It's only about, total dirt is only about 40 miles, something like that. The whole event for today is probably, home to home is probably around 250 or 300 miles. Little short run. Enough to get the tires dusty. All right, win, lose, or draw, we are heading to Camp Verde. No, don't do that. I would not look good splattered all over your windshield. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad. Food good in here?
What's that?
Is the food good in here?
Yeah, it's real good.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
Where you coming from?
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Doing a loop?
Yeah, I just came up Great Western Trail and bumped that back out.
Where's that start at?
Dugas? Well, actually, it starts in Mexico, but
The Dugas Road, the one down there? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Nice day for it. Were you up just putting around, or?
I was running this is my ditch bike. We were in here eating with the guys after church. I had to go. I run the Verde Ditch, so this is the bike I take and beat it. It's got like 43,000 miles on it.
Wow.
XR, that's a lot for an XR.
Yep.
Now we still
Well, met a local. That was pretty cool. Riding his 43,000 mile XR 650L, and we're gonna jump into Sutler Steakhouse. He highly recommended it, and I'm gonna go see what this place is like.
Well, I apologize for not having any video from inside, which is really cool in there. Ongoing camera issues. Phone quit on me too, but we'll give you a little review heading out on the road here. Well, Sutler's Camp Verde Historic District. Highly recommended. Wish I had you inside the place, like I said before, but just enough memorabilia, pictures, and local historic pictures. There's a copper ductwork in there that looks pretty neat. Nice steakhouse. I had a half-pound cowboy burger with some green chilies on top and bacon. I tell you, that was a darn good burger. The wait staff was really friendly. If you're looking for a place to hang out in Camp Verde when you're riding through, stop there at Sutler's. This is a unpaid commercial announcement. Good stuff. Well, we're going to hop back on I-17, head back for the valley. This is General Crooks Trail right here. And I appreciate you watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Hope you like the Turkey Carcass 500. Ride safe. Hope you have great holidays. Adios.